Britain. I don't like to worry about France, but I should probably worry at least a little bit about France. That is a right bummer. France don't like me for some reason, probably because I've been doing horrible things to their coastline, but aggressive expansion's not something to be sniffed at. Alternatively, I look for where the coal is going to be. We got some there and some there, and I would like to make sure all of that coal will belong to me. Getting Kent on my side is quite nice. I can finish off this area and grab Derby. And I want all of his money as well, and his reparations will go fine with that. If I crush his army, then that all comes together. Now let's stop him from getting more of his units over here. I should not have let that pass. France has just lost to Burgundy. What's there to fear? Well, Burgundy. Burgundy is a legitimate fear to have if I take too much here. This isn't like my my run as Granada, where I could just ball to the wall everything, but I kind of wish it was. Okay, Gaelics, make your way over. As expected, the Ditmarchand try to take me on, and as expected, they get ravaged for it. Naval and Maritime really isn't that bad. Thanks to the War Galleon. I like War Galleons. I like them more than regular galleons, so get over to Rumden. Otherwise, you guys are okay. And hey, if I got stuff to raid, you better believe I'm raiding it. Oh my! I used to worry about a Denmark, and now we have a Brandenburg that showed up. They don't like me, but that's far fewer Danes to have in my life. And that's good, because Brandenburg doesn't have much presence on the sea. Denmark has all too much. Well, sometimes your problems just take care of themselves. Come on, Scots, come and fight me so then I can fight the English. Also, let's not be too gung-ho about these guys. I think I lost a guy here by not paying any attention as well. Yeah, I'm really not paying attention to this, and I am suffering for it. I'll take you down and then get back. Being able to defend by sea so much of your land at once ain't easy. So I want those Gaelics over there, and then I can have happy fun times against the British. That's not happy fun times. Also, I have ships that I'm trying to build here, and I don't want them unbuilding those for me, so let's go and deal with them before I deal with the Scottish. Not having any leader around here is a bit of a pain, but it's not like I have a lot of mill to be doing that either. And we'll leave Wild Goose doing what Wild Goose does. Status on the Spanish loans, Jake. Spanish loans, eh? No need for Brie here. Let's just look at they're not a rival? War enemy then. Spain still have 10 loans. I find it hard to believe that they really have such a deficit, but they must do. Can't fight Vegianagar right now, which is a shame because they're getting a bit minced. How did I ever get a clay? Oh yeah, I've got the ideas for it. I would actually really like to have the Maldives, because it will open up raiding of all of this. And that's a lot of delicious Indian raiding to be had. If Gujarat's the one spanking Vijayanagara, I should consider opening up that front sooner rather than later. Let's go and get that claim again, so I can consider that during the downtime, when I'm eventually done with Britain. It is hard keeping eyes on so much of your land at once, but we do what we can, for we must. I think these guys are going to get clobbered to the point where I'm actually going to have myself a new general take over here, and it's going to be General Climpen. We don't make the best generals, but they're not too shabby. At least we're not quite in deficit city with sailors, so let's carry on. Come on, Gaelic separatists, make your way over. I wonder if they're going to stick to cores or if they're going to go and spread some Highland love. Just being at war with Spain has never done me any good unless I absolutely crush them. And I always like to absolutely crush them, but it doesn't always come easy. Who would win between me and the Spanish Watsits? Oh man, their tech is awful. I shouldn't fear them at all. In fact, I should kill them right now. Get out of my island. I can't believe I beat Spain and took that island back in the day. Doesn't seem like something I would even have the capacity to do right now. Alright, you want to fight me? It's 6.5 a dozen here, really. No, this is pretty good, because I can take on my 10 to 1, and then follow up. Always get your 10s to 1s, folks. And if you have useless boats, just sink them. So they're not doing me any good. Are you planning on making Naxos overshadow Paris with its glory? Since it's always on the line, and the autos keep demanding it from me, I'm not going to be spanking a lot of dev on that right now. Oh, Hadrian just bought it as an admiral, but I don't think they were leading anything. They were pretty great, though. Admirals have won us practically everything we've won in this this campaign. The Spanish finally want peace, but again, I can't afford to peace out with them, so let's not do that. I'm happy enough keeping them under lock and key, I'm just not so happy that they can make these forays into my land. I'm even considering popping down a fort or two so that I don't just keep getting blasted here. They're not too expensive, and I certainly have the money now, so why don't we just do it? Fort here, and I'll put wait, hang on. Yeah, that's tree land. And if I had another fort here, that's also in tree land. That costs more money than like the island is worth, but at least it keeps these people off my back and gives me a respite area on both sides. Alright, so we got that going for us. The English are trying to escape over here. That's actually good for me if they decide to fight against the Scottish separatists, but I bet your bottom dollar they will not. So instead, I just make sure they're stuck here. And then they try to go for Tyrone, but Tyrone will be having none of that, thanks. There, as expected, the Spanish got ravaged. Alright, unfortunately my manpower is also getting ravaged here, but as long as I can beat down the British, I should be able to get a fairly favourable peace deal out of them. And they're going to want to run away to Desmond. I beat them up and I have everything I need to make the peace. But yeah, I don't think the Gaelics are going to go over to the islands, much as I would like them to. Peace is overrated. Well, there's something to be said for that. This just feels like such a pathetic amount to get off of the British, mostly because I'm scared of mainland coalitions. I mean, at this point, Brandenburg, France, and Denmark could all coalition me together, and that would be a very painful war. I wouldn't be able to get out of it anytime soon. Just from taking these few provinces, because I'm using rubbish casus belli. But if I gave it till the turn of the year, Brandenburg would not join in. Liège, not much of a threat. You know, they could still do it and I'd be locked into a very long coalition war. Is that Random New World? It is Random New World. I also need to get more mercs here. I have the money for it, thankfully. Courtesy of the Ottoman. There we go. Let's take care of the Scots. If they try East March, they'll be forced into Northumberland, maybe. Maybe. Alright, but the Gaelics don't seem terribly keen on taking care of the British. What a shame. We'll grab then our fleets. Hold control when doing your selection there, and you will only get ships. I like him. He's a big guy. And I don't need you. Let's bring you all together over here. Including that early frigate, but not including these two merchant men. Thanks for the sailors. Alright, there we go. Didn't even notice I was fighting people there, but let's try and take this land back for ourselves. I wonder if Korea's going to try to retake these lands for me. That would certainly be nice of them, but I wouldn't guarantee it. Glad I can get such good rulers there, because I hemorrhage monarch points for about everything I do here. Alright, Shinto zealots. That's a little bit of a concern. However, this is why I have an army. Wild Goose, get on that. Can you make it there in time, though? Stop them from burning down that guy. Yeah, you can, because there's some pretty awesome fort defense. 48 days? Well, maybe you can make it in time. Almost certainly, though, if I gave you green gauges, who's a pretty fast guy. Hey Jake, if I want to buy a DDR for PC, but I'm a cheapo Eastern Europe, which version would you suggest that I get? Get Step Mania. Any version you like, install that. And go and find some sim files, they're all free. And I know you Eastern Europeans like free. Alright, the reason I can afford to take my time around here is because I know Japan's not a problem for 4 years. But when they do become a problem, they'll become a pretty sizable problem, I imagine. Alright, come and get some, you Scottish freaks. There are the British transports, and it's pretty much all of them, so I don't need to fear any more British coming along to ruin my day. I'm really wondering if Kent is worth this, but it is my claim, so we'll take it. Oh, we do. Even more than Jake loves money, says Arshuni. I do love money, but believe it or not, there are things out there that are worth loving more than money. Alright, as expected, we came in, we saved our good friend, and now our army is in a different place. Ready for Japan. Okay, I'm severely disappointed by these Gaelic separatists not heading over to Great Britain, and I really don't want them defecting on me, all the while they are building up a whole lot of devastation. But I'll take care of the Scots first, who are... oh, they're going to Ayrshire. Well, go murder them anyway, and then I'll probably have to merc up for the other guys. And at the turn of the year, I'll make my peace with Britain, so that the Brandenburgs don't get involved. Keeping aggressive expansion low in Europe is pretty important, because everybody hates me, probably because I raided all their coastline, so I gotta be somewhat careful about what I do there. A couple of years I'll deal with the Ottomans, in terms of raiding them to hell and back, but I'd like to build up a whole lot more of a trading fleet, or a privateering fleet. Yeah, I'm sure this will go away, it's just Inverness. Believe me, there are things more important than money. Right, with this and the streaming EU4, I'm sure Jake has been replaced by a clone. I mean, that might still be possible, but I think my words ring true. Okay, these guys have been busted now. I'm out of manpower, so it's time to rely pretty heavily on the mercs. As long as I don't go over force limit, it's fine. I have the money for this. We've built a much stronger and much more stable everything here. So I got these 15 now. What the heck are they doing then? More important than money. So gold. That's one way to look at it. And we keep re-electing because I need those everythings. Monarch points are pretty key. Naxos. Yeah, I got plenty of revolts that want to happen in East Asia. Too bad. Too bad for them. I wanted this war galleon switched into the galleon fleet. And I get pretty much everything I want out of British. I'm happy for them to keep their alliance with Ditmarshen, because Ditmarshen is no problem for me. I would like a longer truce, probably, but I like to come back for them. But yes, we wait till the turn of the year so that the Brandenburgians don't get cheesed off. They're right on my doorstep now, so they could come along and ruin my day. And I'm relying on a paltry navy to keep them out. Regular galleys there. Hang on, did I see land that can be pillaged? I think it's time to ravage Denmark o'clock. That's my favourite time of year. How far can we go with the Danes? The answer's pretty damn far. So I'll send you folks up there, and I'll send you guys out here. You can go 1, 2, and 1, 2. I didn't check to see if there's any anti-piracy actually, and I dang well should have. But there is not. I can pirate to my heart's content. Any chance of raiding map mode? I think there are better improvements that could be made there. I would like it if it was somewhat automated. Like if it was just a check instead, and you go, yes, I will now pirate you, privateer your everything. But all I can do is wish now. I ain't with the Paradox family for much longer. Let's get these guys together. They're really cluttering up my outliner here. As long as I don't have offensive sieges happening, we're relatively good. The real big money comes from doing China. When is China on the menu anyway? Next year, as it happens. Well, we'll be solving our sailor problem and doing a lot to help the money problem. Also managed to get this land back, thank goodness. So we'll bring all of our army there together. And we can let our country somewhat stabilize. Jake, didn't saw on the post where you will go now, or do you not want to say? I'm going to be full-time streaming. I mean, there's always lots of reasons for these kinds of things, but in a nutshell, there'll always be jobs. There won't always be this opportunity to be my own boss. At least in something that I know, right? It's not like I'm, ah, dang it. I didn't even consider that Ditmarshen would want to pop along and take Danish lands from me, but take Danish lands they do. It's alright though, it's not going to change the outcome of this war. I will, however, put Ditmarshen under blockade so I can at least get a touch of war score out of it all. Send you over there as well, and have you head over to somewhere that they're going to hurt in fighting us. Alright, Perth will do. Yeah. They'll eat hills and they'll cross a river for it. The Spaniards no longer want to be at war with me for some reason. I wonder if that has anything to do with their 10 loans. They would give me the dosh, but I'm not interested in dosh. I'm interested in never having Spaniards bother me again. And if I peace out with them, they will most certainly bother me again. So thank you, Danes. That was money well worth taking. Ah, there we go. Keep ourselves safe from those accursed Spaniards. I missed the end of the Ottoman War. What happened there? I punched them for pretty much all of this money, and they're the reason that I'm actually in the black right now. At least for 10 years. And as soon as we hit the next year, I'll be able to take land from the British with relative impunity. I wonder a bit about this. I mean, would I cheese off fewer people if I just took the Irish coastline? Now, I'm pretty disgusted with the Irish, but... Nah, this is a pretty open place to go and bum rush them. What I want is access to this coal down the line, and taking Kent, since it's my claim. France aren't happy, but when are the French ever that happy? Give me your money, give me your war reparations. They're going to give me some bad religious vibes as well. Maybe I should focus on taking the lands that are still Catholic. I mean, coal won't be coal for another 54 years, and I like to think I'll be able to ravage England a bit more between now and then. But this completes an area. What if I did that? Hey, I quite like that. I don't cheese off that many people. I get a whole area here, and that's a lot more coastline. I'll just hang back a bit on the ducats, and there we go. That's nice. That's very nice. I care about Jake being happy, says Only Ben. A very unique standpoint around here, but cheers. Alright, there we go. That made me worry I didn't double check my overextension. But why even check to begin with? We made off good there. And surprisingly, Glamorgan is huge in development. They must have known the coal was coming and developed accordingly. So I can wait on Derby. Hopefully they do the same. Nice. Very nice. Okay, we should be very satisfied with this. The Gaelics are coming in to get ravaged here, and I shall dispose of others accordingly. Let's have you folks take care of the Scottish occupations as well. Now, what to do with my navy, because that's the biggest thing that I have to care about these days. Keep those 16 locked up in Finn, keep the 5 over here to prevent anybody just sneaking their way in, like the Ditmarshenny just did. We got Britain under wraps and an army there to take care of it. We'll let our manpower very slowly recover. Is there anywhere worth actually building manpower buildings, though? Training fields are all nice and good, but they cost an arm and a leg. Barracks tend to be better bang for buck. And there are certainly places that'll give me high bangs for bucks here. If it gives me 1,000, it's probably worth building. Somewhat same goes for shipyards, especially in places that I just came across. By the way, don't I have missions? I got this build buildings mission that I've done ages ago. So I think I want that admin and that extra dosh. I also managed to build a treasury, so let's enjoy some inflation reduction for a change. I need a whole lot of manufactories to make this a reality though, but oh god, the money I could get from it. Especially when I start going full furnace fun. I'll never have trustworthy allies, sadly. And I don't think I'll ever build to force limit. Glorious. Just glorious. We all care about your happiness, says our Shuni. Just at different levels. Some of us have different set points that we consider optimal. I know there are people that watch, just waiting for me to suffer. And that's fine, right? It's a laudable path in itself. I don't really feel in the mood for the ass, ass, ass song. Let's change it out for Passage Grove. Passage Grave, rather. I'm sure these guys will revolt in due time, but I have what I need to take care of them. Oh man, it's good to be in the black. It's good to have sailors, and it's good to have, well, somewhat positive manpower. I'll take care of Britain. I'll still have revolts here, no doubt, but I do have a fleet to get you around. Then I have you, a whole bunch of you, and lights. I continue to pillage the English Channel. Where else is worth pillaging? Some might say Lubeck, and they'd be right. It's a risky place to send boats to, though, so I'd rather focus more on areas that I can do more damage, like Constantinople. So I'll get you guys down here to help out with that whenever I remember about you. Still keeping the Spanish under watchful eye. Good. Jake, raid China. Yes. Yes, I will. I dismissed all my galleys that would be perfect for doing that. But I still have a bunch of lights here. Lights who are already kind of doing what they do here. And just follow you doing what you do. Alright, this is too far away apparently. Hey! Oh no, Korea's still in this war. I still want to peacefully vassalize them, but I need them to chill out with Spain. And then I can get them all this land back, which I think I'll be a right boss for doing. I shouldn't need that many to raid even a Chinese coastline. Let's take everything we can here. Pasai wish to rise up. Perhaps I should preempt that by moving you guys down there. Finally, I don't really worry about you being mercenary scum. Oh, did I miss some raiding opportunity here? I thought I just raided there. It's just great watching the numbers rise on. Hello, Japan looks sufficiently unraided. Alright, first China, then Japan. I felt so bad last FTL, my ship got blown to smithereens because Jake decided he'd rather run close to a sun over repairing the ship, says Nagand. I mean, I feel for you, but I don't. I'm running out of places to convert for you. I don't think I want to do Tangu since it's going to cost me 20 times 7 ducats, which is lots of ducats. Rather convert something of my own. But Rumden is building a barracks, so that's out of the question. Yeah, well, 85% religious unity is plenty. 500 sailors, 100 bucks. I mean, raiding isn't really worth as much proportionally now, but it's still worth doing. It's still so worth doing. Bring that sailor count up, up, up. Indoctrinate them in the Greek ways. Because yes, we turned our Naxos into a Greek country. That was purely for HRE benefits at the time. We have enjoyed a long history in this run, including being the well, one of the electors in the HRE. It was a good time. It was a very good time to be us. Alright, with all this relative peace going on, disgusting I know, but let's get our army together. Somewhere a bit central, like Gwyneth. Send some transports over there for them, and I want to erect more of a trading navy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's pretty good. If I had other places that I could raise more, that would be all the better. Like over here. But this place still gets hammered at times that I really don't like. Yeah, I can make a whole bunch of them here, forget about them until the future, and then I have 20 trading boats to trade with. Yeah, I wonder if Ming Explosion's going to happen here. I think we've long passed the possible time that it could happen, and they're looking pretty good on mandate. Oh well, I did just devastate their coastline, so fair play there. Poor Spain wants peace, but they'll never have it. What I want, however, are claims on Pasai. I got you. It's slightly cheaper for me to make